But as Lucia had said right before we got into this lobby, just a little funny was like UT Dallas, more like UT Dub. A little respect. A little respect thrown, or maybe disrespect, depending on how you want to interpret it. But I like the chirping early on. D-Bank throws one towards, but Dalton will throw it out.
I think that's a wonderful start to the game. UT Dub would be a great nickname if they finish near the top of the standings. But long way to go, and North Texas, definitely the Texas team they'd have to dethrone, as Lucia wants to drill one through Dalton on the backboard.
A lot of time for Too Fast to just swipe the ball away beyond the third, and another challenge for D-Bank. It's a good set for North Texas. Lucia even getting bumped, can still challenge Luby for the ball. Too Fast. Well, he's going to let it go. He probably thought Dalton was going to get there faster, but look, as UT Dallas struggle on the goal line, and D-Bank picks up the first goal.
There's your press, Jorby. You were wondering how aggressive they were willing to be. The answer is they kind of just parked right outside the box, waiting to see if they can get that clear in this instance. Unfortunately, they all kind of get tied up with themselves on the backboard, and D-Bank the beneficiary.
And, I mean, that's what makes them so deadly, though, right? Like, it does come with a little more risk. But if you are perfect on your rotations and you're just fast enough, you can keep that press going for a while, and that's when the defense starts making mistakes.
Yep, and Lucia making a very smart play there. He was beat to the challenge, but he was never thinking about reaching the ball. He was trying to spear the guy going for it on the opposition. And we'll see if North Texas can set up another press here, as they do indeed have a lot of space to work with at the midfield line.
Oh, and Too Fast gets to that. Dalton prioritizing the boost, thought he'd get a bounce on the ball, but instead they're just left in a merry-go-round in the corner. Clear, next one go, but it's always back to a North Texas player. There's a double from D-Bank, and they made it easy for him.
Made it easy indeed, or did he take one? Dalton really not able to get a strong touch, but if you see Luby and Ghost both kind of stuck there on the corners of the net. Luby with no boost. Ghost had low boost as well. It was always going to be a tough ask to defend the top side of the net when he hit it with such power off the backboard like that.
There's just been no angle for UT Dallas to get out on the clears. And North Texas, they're literally just marked. They're just driving forward past the attacking third and scooping the ball out from under UT Dallas. Like, that's how much pressure they're feeling. And we're 2 minutes into the game. UT Dallas have not put a single shot on net.
The important thing to focus. Oh, well, there's the first one. D-Bank just in time to make the save. There was a couple of bumps from UT Dallas as Lucia all alone in the back half. As Dalton, what a great pass. And, oh, did you see Lucia bite? He was like, nah, he's going to miss. I'm fine. I'm going to take it on the bounce. He doesn't have the double. Oh, gosh, there it is. Oh, my gosh.
How could you not respect that, though? Like, he's so close to that ball. I don't know. Like, looking at Lucia's perspective.
Overconfidence is your weakness, Jorby.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like, with North Texas, is when you have the press that they did. I just got done saying how UT Dallas had not gotten a single shot on net. So, of course, Lucia is playing a little loosely, right? Of course he doesn't think Dalton's going to do anything, because they hadn't up until this point.
Well, good as time as any to start. As shot straight down the middle, D-Bank floated to Lucia. Quick transition. It's going to be just wide of the net. D-Bank to float a second one towards the goal. Too Fast, and everybody else on North Texas going to have to spread out. And our only defensive measure here is to take it back to their own halves themselves and see what they can do.
Not much with it. It looked like something might develop past Lucia, but Too Fast carries it the whole length of the pitch. Well, Luby gets the clear out. The fight for midfield is a struggle right now for UT Dallas, but Dalton up to the task to find this one to Luby. A dump right down in front. The ghost shot gets the dunk, but Too Fast is back to pick up the save. North Texas hanging on defense.
Too Fast's only wish was that his teammates had been facing forward so they could get that second quick transition pass across to Ghost and out to Luby. This is actually a pretty decent looking goal for the Comets right now, back under the blue half. Lucia able to break it up. Too Fast wisely going to change pace of play with a dribble and give his teammates time behind him to get set up, to get that press going in the midfield line, and indeed works to perfection. Too Fast with all the time in the world to work this one back into the orange. Ghost gives it up. Luby is like, hang on. I don't know if I'm really in the best spot to handle this, but either way, still holding the deficit to 1. Big double commit, makes no difference. Too Fast right into the middle, make it 2-goal lead for North Texas.
Hey, the leaky backboard from UT Dallas. Dalton had to make up for a missed challenge, and I mean, by the time the challenge happened, it's already too late. Dalton's in the worst spot you want to be in if you're him, and that was just clean off the backboard. UT Dallas, Dalton, struggling to get anything going on offense. They had that one good push. Luby off the ceiling might create something here, but Dalton is flat, thinking the clear's going to come, and instead Ghost is given a look that D-Bank throws away. Another hard clear. Dalton in a tough spot, but he recorrects and able to get the ball back out to the opposite corner. Lucia on the other side makes life difficult for the clear for Luby. Ghost up for this. Too fast, tried to get under him, but Ghost is not having any of it on the flip reset. Ghost can't force the challenge, but Luby does get up for the next one, and while it's been stable on defense, they need something on this transition. Ghost picking it up again. D-Bank picks the save, and Dalton might have a look as it's popped off the corner, but there's no follow-up.
Looked a little promising there. I love to see Luby try and jam that one into the blue half, give themselves a chance to score 2 with 20 seconds, but the Mean Green able to break it up. Too fast, though. Not a great touch. If they can get this one over everyone's head, it could be good, but a big double commit. Ghost the only chance here. D-Bank going to smother it in the middle of the pitch. One more opportunity for Ghost, and it is indeed bombed back the other way. Luby tries, he might, not going to make a difference here, and that will be the end of Game 1 between North Texas and Texas Dallas.
That's not really how you were hoping to start the match if you're UT Dallas. It started off with a flurry of shots from the Mean Green, and they never really let their foot off the gas in the orange half. It wasn't really until, the last minute and a half that UT Dallas were actually able to find clears. Ghost owned all the shots from UT Dallas with 5 of them. But other than that, it was really disjointed from them.
Yeah, but it's not... I don't think it's a particularly difficult fix here for North Texas. For UT Dallas. I think the simple fix, like you pointed out, one, the leaky backboard. And there's kind of part A and part B to that. Is one, you have to cover it more effectively, right? You can't let D-Bank have the double taps and get caught with no boost. But 2, once you're actually up there defending it, you need to find those strong clears off the wall. Power clears off the wall, some of the best defensive tools you can enforce in the midfield line. It forces that offense to back up and cover the space back the opposite direction and give you a little more ground to work with on the defensive side. So those clears start coming through. It may make a difference, but Lucia looking to pick them apart here onto the right side of the net.
Yeah, they got caught out on the transition from a wonderful touch from Too Fast. And Luby, he got caught on the outside, just cut a little too wide and ended up...
He had the time for the boost. He got greedy.
Yep. Every time, man. That boost is the most tempting canister in video games, okay?
It really is.
There are some tempting canisters in not just competitive games, but single-player RPGs, open-world adventures. You always go for the shiny object, right? Having a shiny object that is critical to your success in a competitive game is the worst thing for a gamer to contend with. It's right there. I have the time. I could do it. Too Fast gets the second goal.
Too Fast gets the second goal with a little help from his teammates. D-Bank, great pass, and look at Lucia. Bye, Luby. We'll see ya. And the second guy just trapped on the backboard there. No chance of getting down easily to wherever that shot was going. It was all about just put it onto the right half somewhere, and you got a good look. So a full 3-man effort for the Mean Green. Put themselves up with an early 2-goal lead. We haven't even hit 1 minute in yet here in Game 2.
Scoring early and often, and then UNT hang on to the lead. Historically, this team has had one of the best defenses in the West. Lucia gets on the backside and throws this one forward for D-Bank. Too Fast pre-jumps and can't really find an angle.
Tough ones considering how hard D-Bank hit that. Luby, actually a great chance to break things up here in the midfield. Ghost is going to need some help. You got to stick this challenge. Having it pop out to the midfield line, not the worst thing, but the control from D-Bank to slam that ball between the wall and his front wheels and jam it back onto the orange half. We'll combine it with a demo, and Too Fast goes off the ceiling into the top left corner.
Well, D-Bank put on his demolition duty cap and made it his sole mission to eliminate the entire team of UT Dallas and open the gate for Too Fast. That was some dirty work from D-Bank in front of the box.
I would love to see Too Fast hit that shot like 10 times in a row. I would love to see how you practice to hit that one that accurately out of that corner.
Dude, Too Fast in his streams, when you see him in free play, he's always going for
those
smooth. Yeah, those smooth, clean shots. He broke it up, though.
He's not having any of it. He's like, no, man, we're breaking this one up.
Yeah, not having it. It's always funny. You know,
D-Bank
there's always a
disappointed
couple
too.
of,
He was like, no.
but I really wanted it. I really wanted it. There's always a couple of players that just will not have a Rule 1, will not have any headlocks. They won't have any of it. And then there's, you know, teams like Space Station where they like to take their best player out of the game, or take the other man's best player out of the game, and then end up winning in a 2v2.
A lot of it is. I will admit there is a little bit of what's the word I want?
Don't say strategy. Yeah? Strategy?
No,
take out the other team's best player?
You can't really say strategy because it's not like you're forcing them to do anything, right?
Sure.
Like the headlock,
it's a mutual agreement.
The
That's
headlock is a
are.
mutual agreement. Is Too Fast going to steal this one away out of the midfield line, make it 4-0 here in game 2, and just because this one feels so untenable here, I'm going to keep talking about the headlock.
Yeah.
There's not
I don't know.
lot.
I don't know if they're coming back from this one, so keep going.
There's not a lot of strategy per se. I mean, you can make the argument of like, well, we took out someone who we think is, you know, a detriment to play against for our team and how we like to play. You can say that, but the other guy isn't forced to continue to do it, right? So I don't know if it really counts.
Well, see, I guess somebody could make the argument of, well, we know it's a mutual agreement, and we know that many players would love to be in a headlock. So I'm going to bank on the fact that a player is going to honor the agreement, and I think that's a strat.
It really
I think
is
it's a dumb one, but you know,
it's the purest form of a community joke that became an odd, weird way to show sportsmanship, right? It's just like, hey, you know what?
No, I love it.
Is it optimal? Absolutely not. Is it funny? I mean, it depends. What are the stakes?
The stakes certainly make it a little funnier. Or, you know, if you're that team's fan, he's not going to get it. Oh.
I thought he owned gold. Too fast, big block. D-Bank and everyone on North Texas just hits the brakes because nobody wants to make an errant touch. And somehow, Texas Dallas let him off the hook there, and probably they were off grabbing boost and also expecting a clear rather than the ball to just hover on the goal line. Luby, a chance to drop one down and spiked away by D-Bank.
Yeah, it's rare when you see the game just stop and all cars stop driving for a little 2 seconds, which can feel like an eternity. And Lucia just put the ball in park and was in the worst spot to be like, if I touch this ball, it's going in my own net. But he wins a nice challenge here and almost gets the touch in front of the box. That would have been nuts.
This was a rough one, though, for Texas Dallas. I mean, that previous game, the score line, sure, 3-1 and, you know, like 7 shots for North Texas to 5 for UT Dallas. It's like, it's so interesting to me that UT Dallas actually are out shooting North Texas right now in terms of shots on net. But this really is the purest definition of quality over quantity here, because a lot of those UT Dallas shots, you know, it's kind of just flipping it towards the goal, right? That one's a quality shot. Ghost is going to turn in the second chance. They are coming back within 3, but long road to travel in 19 seconds.
Yeah, those are the chances they didn't really get. I mean, credit to North Texas's defense for getting. You were talking about it in the interim, Achieves. You know, hard clears off the back wall, especially if you can get one out to a teammate in midfield, are some of the hardest things to deal with when you're trying to keep offensive pressure
team boxed
going.
In.
I mean, excellent work.
There's any number of places that people can be when you're finding those clears off the backboard towards the other half. Is that one? They're going to get it. Oh, they're not. 2 demos. Lucia 0 seconds, one-on-one, and it's off the wall into the floor. That's okay. Lucia disappointed in himself. He failed to end the game with an exclamation point, and there he is, the disappointed flip over. Well deserved. He knows he missed that one, but it's okay. They get the win in game 2. And it's really the same problem for me. UT Dallas, sure, able to exercise a little more of offensive muscle here, but none of the shots having too much bite behind it, right? I think there was maybe 2 chances, one that they scored, obviously, and another one where UNT, that we mentioned during the game, was kind of just jammed on their own line with nobody wanting to make a mistake and put it in their own net. But that could just be a victim of circumstance, so to speak, for UT Dallas there, just not being in position to be able to capitalize on a situation like that. So UT Dallas, tough. Even though they put up, 14 shots here, only the
14
two
shots.
really stick out in your mind, right?
I mean, how many times do we see 14 shots put on net from any team and only remember 2 of them? Like, the fact that they had that many, I'm shocked that they got more than 10. Just none of them were really that threatening, and just like off the crossbar, it was off a hard clear, but they weren't able to follow it up because they were already facing a lot of pressure in their own half. So, yeah, I mean, way to rack up the shot total, but quality over quantity. And UT Dallas need a lot more quality if they want to get out of this match without getting swept. Luby setting up one for D-Bank, and he punishes them hard, sniping the shot.
D-Bank straight off the kickoff sees that ball went straight to Luby. He cuts immediately back into the middle of the pitch because he knows that if that ball goes up the sidewall with Luby, there's only one direction it's going, and it's highly unlikely that it's going back towards his net. And so he just cuts back into the middle to see what Luby does with it, and he just picks it off. D-Bank reading the game incredibly well.
And he hits it again. Not one off the crossbar, though. It's almost like Corelli and Daz know what they're talking about when it comes to this North Texas team. D-Bank in particular was Corelli's guy to watch out for as far as UT Dallas needing to stop them. And so far, if you needed the report card, it's a solid F, but we'll get a D on the card here for Ghost, picking up the goal to tie the game.
You gotta love Ghost placement here. Too Fast makes the errant clear. He misses the ball, and D-Bank actually covered it up. D-Bank dove across, took away that angle, but Ghost held that shot for so long. Just let D-Bank go right by, shot it just past him as he went through the challenge area. And Ghost, what a beautiful placed ball that was.
Oh, Too Fast almost got away with letting that flip reset drop. But Luby gets another challenge forward. Is this going to mean anything? Well, Ghost will get the push down field, but Too Fast cuts it off. Just when you think UT Dallas have it, those passing lanes are closed, and now all of North Texas caught out, but it's off the backboard. He missed the ball, and it's off the crossbar, and I thought that was an own goal, but Lucia gets the godly touch.
I think Lucia might consider himself a bit more fortunate than highly skilled right there. he just so happened to be angled the right way, but either way, he is glad that one's not in, and he's going to get a goal back on the other end. Up 1, Mean Green.
Oh, poor Dalton tried to square up on that challenge, and Ghost was expecting something a little more favorable for him. He didn't get it. Luby was still rotating back, so there was no chance. Like you said, Luby nails that shot. Perfect timing on the flip. And here we are again, 340. North Texas, getting boxed out.
It's awkward kickoff for everyone, and look at Dalton, this aggressive approach there coming from up high on the challenge angle, and everyone from North Texas keeps missing easy touches here in Game 3. What is this? Look at Too Fast. What? That's free.
Did he just mistime it? Was he just trying to be like?
He did flip early. There? He flipped crazy early at that ball.
Yeah. Why flip at all though? Like, why wouldn't you just wave dash in that situation?
He might have thought. I mean, I wasn't on his camera, so I don't know what he was looking at, what he could see, right? I mean, it's possible that he thought that, he expected someone to be right there for UT Dallas, and so he was flipping to cover a potential shot, and that's why the timing is so off. But in that situation, you're kind of relying on the comms from your teammates who can see a bit more of the pitch to tell you have time, right?
I mean, I guess, but also, you just got to hit that ball.
You just ultimately, hit the ball.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, you're right. But Luby picks up this goal, and UT Dallas take the lead here. We have 5 goals scored, only 2 minutes gone in this game.
Oh, man. Too Fast comes up empty on another clear attempt. That time he was strapped a little bit for boost right at the end of the play, so might have ran out at the critical moment. Couldn't get that ball off the wall there. And now they find themselves down 1, so North Texas looking pretty good all series. A couple of big miscues on defense here, though, and D-Bank gets a demo. It's going to take an awkward hop. Lucia going to try and jam it home, pops it off the wall. Dalton with the clear.
And D-Bank really laying out the car body in this match. He's not afraid to just get in there, cause havoc, and I love that kind of disruption.
Oh, boy.
That's a massive clear. Lucia gets the save. Can he make it happen again? He can! Lucia, double dose, picks up another save.
Ghost, you have been denied, sir. You got to give all the credit in the world to Lucia for making that save. D-Bank wants a great redirect opportunity. Luby up nice and early to stall things out here. Chance for UT Dallas to get themselves back in the series. Luby can't squeeze that one in between the goalposts, pushes it wide. Everyone going to take a breath here at the midfield line.
Dalton still pushing it forward. This is a good look as Ghost throws it right back down, but D-Bank making life difficult.
They're all
Dalton
three
got
trapped.
That. Too fast, caught him out, and it's easy pickings for North Texas. We're all tied up.
UT Dallas trying to force something right there. Dalton dives at it along with Luby. He's the man at the midfield line, and you can't really blame him for going in that situation more often than not. It probably is his job to try and shut that one down, but at the end of the day, two people from UT Dallas. Not sure if it really was going to make a difference either way. I think ultimately Luby's the guy that has the better angle there, and he just couldn't make it to that challenge.
Well, for UT Dallas, this has to feel really good where you had 14 shots in the last game. None of them you really felt that good about. And now you come in, you're able to match North Texas.
Oh, can he score that?
Maybe if he can get right over Luby, but Luby doesn't even make a touch. And D-Bank almost sank it, and it's off the crossbar. Dalton, a massive clear.
D-Bank was really trying to place that ball in a dime on the net there. I mean, there was that only goal-scoring opportunity was in that top right corner. He just missed it.
Oh, nice scoop, but nice tackle
Luby.
from Dalton. Oh, and Lucia, he is getting harder and harder to beat in the net. They might have to take him off the pitch if they want to score. Luby able to scoop it, but too fast, just rolls it right off the top of his car, and North Texas got the ball too fast, squares up, and Ghost takes the clear out. Dalton downfield, has the redirect, caught him in transition, and it's a lead for UT Dallas.
And as you mentioned at the start, they catch North Texas pushing a little too hard. D-Bank thinking a different challenge was going to happen there from too fast, but it pops straight out to Dalton, courtesy of Ghost. And D-Bank is caught with a scorcher over his shoulder that he was never going to reach. Late lead for UT Dallas.
Now they're going to push forward even more. Off the kickoff. Downfield, Lucia has a look. And he's going to have D-Bank on the win. Forces it through off the back wall, and Dalton will come in. Ghost cut in a little early.
Oh,
and that was scary. It still is. D-Bank missed the ball. Luby makes up for it. And too fast, the last man back for North Texas.
Oh, another great trap from too fast. A beautiful change of pace to throw off the timing. Lucia off the wall. That needed to be on target, or at least out towards a teammate. Dalton's just trying to cut this down for Ghost, and what a perfect job that was. You have got to love this touch from Dalton.
They handed this out on a golden platter. Perfect read. Perfect finesse. So easy to just pinch that ball too hard across the net, and your teammate can never catch the ball in time. But that had just the right amount of touch on it to give his teammate the goal. An excellent job from UT Dallas in Game 3.
Money, money, money. Comets bringing it back. And I don't think North Texas has it in them to find their way out of the hole here. They gave them this one, though. If you're North Texas, they know they made some defensive miscues. They definitely know they gave up 2 goals they probably shouldn't have allowed. A couple of them, yeah, absolutely, UT Dallas earned it. But, you know, those 2 missed clears from too fast, unfortunately, come back to haunt them here in this one, and they got to play another 5 minutes.
Yeah, I definitely feel that they were the purveyors of their own chaos, and getting caught out one too many times. Will it happen again? I think there are some good things to like about UT Dallas's offense. I think you were kind of hinting at it at the end there, Chiefs. But if Dalton starts hitting those passes consistently, and he's always looking for that, right? He always seems to have that vision of, okay, where's Luby? Where's Ghost? Where can I get this to them? And that puts him in some odd spots sometimes on his challenges. But when he does nail those passes, UT Dallas's offense looks a lot more threatening.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree. And it's all about if UT Dallas, because we even saw it here in this game, continuing, or starting to, I should say, rather than continuing, to start finding those good clears coming off the walls there and forcing North Texas to give them a little bit extra ground as well. And that's also the important component to continue. You can't, take a step backward after you've just taken 2 steps forward. You have to continue to play at that level and continue to put the pressure on North Texas, as you are on match point here, and Luby thankfully able to start the game off, keeping the scoreboard all 0. Second chance for D-Bank, and Ghost is right on that one, and a crazy pinch for Lucia to try and handle here, and does so with not a small amount of effort, but gets the job done.
Oh, nice challenge from D-Bank as well. Ghost flips right over D-Bank, able to force another challenge in front, but Luby just lobs that one back. And North Texas on the attack, Too Fast off the ceiling, shot on target, off the crossbar, no good, taken away by Ghost, but Too Fast takes the boost, D-Bank takes the ball, gets underneath, close on the wheel, but the challenge comes through, Too Fast has the shot, and a diving stop by Luby, but nobody able to follow it up from UT Dallas, so the attack will commence. Lucia gets in front of it, and Ghost gets around the clear despite the pressure. UT Dallas answer the call. They blow through another defender. D-Bank gets around it. Too Fast spawns in the worst spot for him to wrap back, but he makes the touch happen. Luby gets the challenge, and Lucia, he gets the clear out. It looks scary, but not so frightening.
Trap it, Too Fast, trap it. Oh, he missed! Oh. Now they're under pressure, and they're going to get scored on. Oh, no.
That was disrespectful. Oh, no, he misses this ball. He already feels bad, and then you just take him off the field. Oh, no.
And we're going to talk about why it's important for Too Fast to trap that, right? Because there's there's that challenge that just pops back towards two players from UNT, right? So they're both kind of in the same place on the pitch. There's one guy forward out of position, and nobody from UT Dallas applying pressure yet. It's important to trap that ball so that everything has a chance to reset, and you don't just try and force something out of your own half and get put in an even worse position. That's why changing pace of play is so important, and when you've got time, you should take it more often than not, because in general, it'll leave you in a stronger position, and Too Fast just kind of got caught in reverse gear there and couldn't really size up how to hit it as Dalton pings one off the crossbar. Transition chance for Too Fast. He's out of boost, and Ghost will turn it aside.
Mix-ups can be deadly if you know how to add variety to your toolkit, and for North Texas, that change of pace has certainly paid them dividends in the match, but they have to be careful. If they aren't able to stop this UT Dallas team on defense, then we're talking about a potential reverse sweep. But here comes Too Fast, sends it across, and Lucia bouncing shot denied. Ghost coming back on it. Too Fast misses the ball again. If he keeps having these gaffes, North Texas might be in trouble, and considering how the previous games have gone, you wouldn't have considered it, but Lucia misses the clear, and there's just whiffs everywhere. I don't know what kind of disease has felled the North Texas squad, but it's a bad case of whiffitis.
They control a lot of the boost on the pitch, though. It's very tough for UT Dallas to hold on to a lot of position here. Too Fast, this is the right play. Get up, take that one away from the guy that's jumping over your shoulder. You're in a much better position than your teammate on the goal line. Too Fast in a one-on-one. Can he execute? Like the simple double jump. It never fails. If you get that ball on a quick dribble like that and the guy's about even with you, if you get it up on the hood, 2 quick taps of the jump button, they're toast. They're never catching you.
Oh, that was so clean from Too Fast, too. You just saw Ghost. He turned out, and he knew right as soon as he turned out, Too Fast had him by the ropes. Beautifully done, and maybe a chance to flip the thing, to flip things back in their favor. Flip the script. Luby gets the clear out, and Too Fast able to get the ball back to the corner.
Not good.
Shot on net. Oh, picture perfect placement from Ghost. 2-1.
What a spot. Ghost knew that Too Fast wanted that boost, and it was all about, all right, I'm going for it. You gotta beat me, says Too Fast, and Ghost just kind of, no problem. How about upper right corner? Can you get there?
That was a nasty shot.
That's the only way it was going in, too.
I know. It's like he covered the whole net. It's like, how many times can you cover all the net, but then the guy just hits the one area, the only area of the net that you couldn't get there.
And that's kind of why. It's kind of why Rocket League defense kind of looks like foosball, right? It's you know, you have to concede some things so that you can accomplish other things, and sometimes you force the defender to make the most difficult shot possible. And if they pull it off, hey, tip your cap. They nailed it.
North Texas might nail this one, but they've had to contend with just bodies covering every inch of the net on the side of UT Dallas. Ghost able to clear this out, but Lucia gonna have to work with a tight stop here against Luby, which Luby picks up anyway. Dalton, nice light touch up in front. Gave Luby an angle, and it's saved. North Texas in danger, but finally Too Fast breaks out. Gets over Ghost. They got to handle Dalton next. Perfect catch. Lucia can't get there in time, but Dalton, excellent progression down the field with the ball control. D-Bank hops over him, and Ghost cuts it out, but a lot of time wasted. D-Bank counts a one-on-one. Luby in front. D-Bank gets through. He just phases through the defense. and North Texas have tied the game.
Oh, I gotta see this from Luby's perspective. I mean, oh man, did he think
Wow.
D-Bank was going top right corner?
Oh, dude.
He jumps and you're
on
not
the
sure.
wheel.
Because
Oh.
you're not sure. You see D-Bank jump and twist like that, and you're not sure if the flick is coming or if he's going to just keep trying to push the ball to the back end of the net. And D-Bank almost scores another one. It's going to squirt back all the way to the blue half, and they'll stay tied here for the last 20 seconds, hopefully. But D-Bank, he's trying to put in the work to just take it right here. Lucia out to too fast, popped off the wall. Luby able to get a piece and break it up.
North Texas in a tough spot, but D-Bank will keep UT Dallas honest on the transition. In fact, they might have to keep them
he's
more
gonna
honest on
bump
defense.
too
Here comes too
fast.
fast. He's got the shot, and he nails it. North Texas, 4 seconds to go, and they have the lead.
D-Bank, again, the arbiter, gets one bump and freezes that defender, forces him to go to the back of the net to avoid a demo, gives Too Fast just enough of a window to squeeze it by. 4 seconds. What do you got, Comets?
They need some fancy wheel work here on the kickoff. Luby forces it forward, and that's probably the best bounce you can get. But whoop, it pops up, and 2 players on UT Dallas are now in turmoil. Ghost pops this one up.
D-Bank's fake.
What do they have to play? D-Bank
Oh, what a touch.
pops it up.
That's beautiful.
Dalton gets it to Luby.
That's too
That
far.
might
I don't
be
think
it.
that's it.
That's it. North Texas take the match. UT Dallas got going too late, and North Texas just too fast.
UT Dallas, try as they might. Too fast. Oh my gosh. Dropping 700
Wow.
here in the final game. 5 saves, 5 shots, 2 goals.
Flex.
A little spotty on defense here and there, but ultimately, overall, a fantastic performance from Too Fast. D-Bank and Lucia. Lucia, especially, we were touching on it. I mean, he didn't have to score any super clutch goals in this game. He mostly just made big stops on the defensive side of things as the third man, and D-Bank, well, he was D-Bank.
I mean, he was D-Bank. He literally did D-Bank things, and they won. That's how it ends.
You can never be mad when D-Bank does D-Bank things. I mean,
But like, you see what I mean with UT Dallas? It's like they started off so flat, but then the back half of that match, they came roaring back. The passes were good. Dalton was especially feeling really good, and they just couldn't put it together for a complete match. We talked in pregame about how we never really have our finger on the pulse of this UT Dallas team. They're a wild card. And I still think I feel that way, even more so after this game. Because if they could play in matches or in games 3 and 4 like they did, or in 1 and 2 like they did in 3 and 4, we might be talking about a UT Dallas victory. But instead, North Texas take the victory. We got more CRL coming up after the break. Get up, get a snack, go to the bathroom, come back. We'll be back.